is faced with a dam which held an ocean of storms.
Your mother would still be alive today if you didn't love that band so much.
I woke from a dream last night. I had wings.
Unnecessary funerals and depreciated human life.
This is Channel Austin. I'm C'est La Vie. You're watching the East by Southeast Spoken Word Showcase, and I'm here with a new poet on the show for the very first time, King Kohn. Is that right?
That is right.
Tell me about your name.
About my name. Well, it started a long time ago. My grandfather used to call me the Little King when I was really small, and it just kind of kept going, and I used it for my bodybuilding, and then I used it as a pen name and stage name, and just
carried over into spoken word. Okay. Yeah. So this is your first time on the show with us. Glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
How did you hear about us?
Actually, I got a Facebook post from one of my friends, and I said, wow, this sounds kind of cool, and just followed it, and now I'm here.
Awesome. Well, glad you're here. The producer of the show is telling me a little bit about your poetry, and I got to tell you, frankly, I'm a little scared. So give me some background information on it.
Okay. Well, this is the first in a series that I have, and it's they're all either children or cute little animals that do pretty hideous things. And the scary thing is not what they do, it's that they think it's perfectly normal. And so it's kind of creepy but funny at the same time, and they kind of have a little moral to them, you know, that's really not, I don't know, shown or, you know, spoken of, but it's underlying.
What inspired you to write these things?
I don't know. I just had this idea about this. The first one, Psycho Bunny, writing a poem about this little harmless bunny who's very powerful at the same time. I like that contrast of innocence but very powerful.
Give like I see y'all are like, why is she like I'm a little scared, guys. We're talking about a bunny here, right? That's gonna like do some really crazy things. So I don't know if that interests you guys, but I am really, really interested and scared all at the same time. But I want to see where you're going to go with this. And
okay.
I'm very glad to have you here. We're all about variety. We're all about seeing into different poets' lives, thoughts, and emotions.
Cool.
So let's just, I'm ready.
Let's do
Are you
this.
ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
Austin, Texas, King Kohn.
This is the saga of Psycho Bunny. Out of the nethers of anywhere place, in the Stygian black of darkness reigns, a curious creature of malevolent ways, and a nefarious bunny of shadow plays. His brutal part upon a wicked stage, a requiem scribed on a blood-stained page. His tormented past, his gimlet gaze upon you now, his eyes ablaze. A vicious foe of peculiar ways, a meek facade envelops the rage of yesteryear's ruthless stain, a little bunny of tireless pain. Cast into a world of savage ways, this bunny upon the living preys. There is no method, nor means, nor ends. He's just our little bunny friend. Until you taunt or tease our Ned, he turns to Psycho, then cuts off your head. There once was a bunny named Ned who wanted to cut off his head. He tried in vain, but left a big blood stain in the middle of his bunny bed. He had no cause to want himself dead. He just wanted to cut off his head. The creatures all laughed and tugged at his ears, made fun of him in jest. So he cut off their heads, and off he went, a bunny that still had his head. Now, Ned's not a hare or jackrabbit per se. He's just a bunny who's skilled with a blade. He tries to be nice, but when it doesn't suffice, he'd rather just cut off your head. He intends no offense, and he's really not mean, but when he's taunted, pestered, or teased, with a flick of the wrist and a hop and a leap, he will cut off your head with ease. He knows no karate or fighting technique, but one move he knows very well indeed. He smiles and grins, eyes all aglow. The next thing you know, he will cut off your head. One day Ned was alone in the park when someone hit him in the head with a rock. He looked all around. As he spied, he found a moose, a deer, and a hawk. They all began to call Ned names. They taunted him over and over again. And what do you think this little bunny did? He cut off all three of their heads. Now, Ned was raised on a bunny farm, All his loved ones dead and gone, off to the butchers throughout the lands, beheaded and sold to the race of man. He did not forget this genocide, all his rage he keeps inside, until the moment upon him comes, and off with the heads of everyone. Rumors began of a disturbing beast living beneath the acorn tree. Legends grew, mystery spread of a psychotic bunny who cuts off your head. One day Ned was hopping along, happily frolicking and enjoying the sun, when who came around but a terrier hound, looking for something for lunch. One hop to the right, one barbaric bound, the hound lie headless, limp on the ground.
Never again will you eat bunny meat, now that your head is rolling around.
Ned is not evil, cruel, or cold. He's just a bunny that lives all alone. He loves to hop and frolic and eat lettuce and carrots and all sorts of treats. Always the same smile on his face, never a trace of violence or hate. Happily hopping everywhere, never concerned for his welfare. He lives his life, happy and free, in a cozy den beneath the acorn tree. Never a moment of fear he feels, always carrying his trusty blade of steel. The race of man has taught him well, one flash of the blade and you'll never tell. In his little bunny mind, he bridged the gap and saved his life. These words of wisdom Ned recites alone to himself each and every night.
Do unto others as they've done to me. Off with your heads, you vultures and thieves.
Ned was sleeping, all swaddled in hay, when he felt the approach of a big bird of prey. One hop to the right, a flick of the wrist, an eagle lay still in a bloody mist. To Ned's surprise, he looked up to spy an army of creatures coming to eat him alive. They teased, pestered him, taunted him so, he cut off their heads, every last foe. The legend of Ned grew and spread, stories of fear and horror and dread, of a little bunny, our furious friend, with an insatiable passion for cutting off heads. No one knew if the tales were true. How could a bunny be so cruel? To lop off heads of passers-by, a bunny committing such heinous crimes? And so we find our bunny friend, living in peace, alone in his den. No more taunts, no harsh words said, for fear the cost may be one's head. Deep inside this bunny's mind, in the boughs amidst his anger and pride, this little bunny smiles inside. His legend soon will be known worldwide. Never again will he be terrorized for fear of losing their lives.
So tread softly and remember me, Ned, the psychotic bunny who cuts off heads. Leave me in peace in my bunny den, or I will cut off your head.
Thanks.